Hi, I'm Ron Barefield, and this is the Pros Pointer tip for the week for DNS bait and tackle. You know, when you're fishing Cinco type baits, which is that heavy salt impregnated worm that a lot of people are talking about nowadays, you know, when you hook them wacky style, they have a tendency to break off or break in half after you catch a couple fish on them. Well, I found a good way of taking care of that, making your baits last a little bit longer. I'll show you how you do that. You simply take actually a piece of shrink tubing, just like this. You can pick it up at any of the hardware stores. I take it, it's cut about a cigar size, band size strip out of it, just like this. Pretty simple. Take that piece, run it right over the body of the worm. Run it through to about halfway or wherever you're going to fish or hook it at. You know, if you want to hook it wacky style, this is a good way to do it, and it'll save you some baits. It slides down over there a little bit hard at first, but once you get it on there, you could wet it. It would go on a little bit easier. Simply, once you get it on there, you take your finesse hook, hook it right through that band, just like so, and you hook it wacky style. And what that'll do is not tear out of the plastic or tear the plastic at all. It'll actually make it much more durable, and you're going to catch quite a few more fish on that without having to change the bait or lose the bait, which is what happens a lot of the time. There again, it's just a shrink tubing. This happens to be, I believe, 3/4 inch that fits over the body of the Cinco, and a finesse white gap hook. Fits in there very well. You hook it right through the band. There again, that band is tough, won't tear the plastic on you. Another tip, real quick, is when the fishing gets tough, like for smallmouth or largemouth bass out here on the Madison chain especially, a little later in the season, I like to go to what they call a drop shot rig. And what this is I like a long rod, 7-foot rod. This happens to be a 7-foot Crucial drop shot rod from Shimano. This is the hook that I'm using is a number 4, and it's called a drop shot hook. You don't need a great big hook, and you tie a Palmer knot in your line. When you tie this on, and you can tie it at any length you want from your sinker, but I usually go about 18 inches to 20 inches above the sinker. You're using a small worm, a 4 to 6 inch worm. And what happens when you tie the sinker on the end of this is the sinker sits on the bottom and the bait sits up here and dances just like that when you pull it in the water. You keep the drop shot rig on the bottom, the lead on the bottom, and so that the bait just rides up about 18 to 20 inches off the bottom, and it sits there and flutters as you just shake the rod. You don't really work it real hard. This will catch you a lot more fish a little later in summer when they get hard to catch. This is Ron Barefield for DNS Tip of the Week, and hope you have a good summer fishing.